All right. Hey, Harry, can you hear me? Harry, unmute yourself.
I'm a little bit scared and nervous. I don't know what's going to happen, but good morning.
Good morning. Hey, I
Down
got
here,
I
lower
had
the
to
button.
okay. I had to talk to my court reporter first, so just make sure that she could hear us. But so she can. Hang on one second. All right, we'll go on the record with proceeding number 24G-0535TO, Colorado Public Utilities Commission versus EA Towing Incorporated. I'm Administrative Law Judge Robert Garvey. Today's the 13th of February, 2025. Approximately 11 a.m., this proceeding comes on for a pre-hearing conference pursuant to decision number R25-0036-I. This proceeding is also being webcast. I'm going to start with appearances, and I'll start with staff first. You can make your appearance for me.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Attorneys General Aileen Chong and Justin Larson here on behalf of PUC staff.
All right. And then for EA Towing, I'm going to guess Mr. Arana. Am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just state your name for me if you can, and state that you're representing EA Towing.
My name is Elias Arana. I am representing EA Towing this morning.
Okay. And I'll tell you why I'm having you here. First off, I wasn't sure. Uh, in the world that we live in now, with many of these things being on Zoom and stuff like that, I'm trying to come back to the commission, and I'm trying to figure out the best way possible to have hearings like this be done. And Mr. Ronnie, you'll be happy to know part of the reason I want to do this, I called this pre-hearing conference, is to kind of give you a preview of what's going to happen and how we're going to do this, okay? So there's no misunderstandings for you. So first off, thank you for showing up. I put it about 50-50 and show up. So I'm really glad you showed up here today, okay?
Yes.
And Ms. Chong and Mr. Larson, if you have anything you want to add to this too, again, this part for me is I'm trying to figure out, in the olden days when you had to go to the office, I didn't do a lot of pre-filing stuff on this because I didn't know how many people are going to show up or whatever. And I'm trying to figure out in this, because we're in this, but if a person showed up in person, you could talk to them and explain what's going on. And with the Zoom, it's a little bit different. I want to make sure that respondents know what's going on. So if you have any suggestions that you're here, you don't like what I'm saying, please tell me, because I'm trying to figure out the way I want to do these two. So what we're going to do here, and this is for everyone here, what I want to do is I want to set a procedural schedule. And so, Mr. Ron, what that means is I'm going to have both the staff and you pre-file, we call pre-file, all your exhibits and any witnesses you're going to have, okay, for your hearing. And so are you familiar with the commission's e-filing system, Mr. Ron?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay. My advice to you is to go on the website and get on the e-filing system and try and sign up for that. Okay.
Okay.
And what can happen that way is you can get stuff sent to you via email, and you can upload any exhibits you have. So what's going to happen? Ms. Chong and Mr. Larson, I was hoping that you guys could pre-file your exhibits by the 27th of this month. Is that sufficient time for you?
Yes. I guess it would be staff's preference to kind of work backwards from a hearing date. If we can file exhibits a week in advance of a hearing date, that would be great.
Well, I can't do that. Can't do that because I'm going to have Mr. Arana file too. So unless
Okay.
you don't want his at all, I won't do that. So what I was going to do is I was going to say the 27th for yours. I was going to say the 13th of March for his, and then a hearing on the 25th. So he has time. He has time to look at them. You have time to look at his, and then we have time to have the hearing.
Okay. And just as an update for the court or for the commission, Your Honor, I will just note that staff has been in contact with an attorney who was considering representing Mr. Arana. She has since indicated that she will not be representing him, but that Mr. Arana is looking for alternative counsel. Staff did extend a settlement offer to that attorney. So it's my understanding that Mr. Arana does not want to accept any sort of offer until he has representation. So to the extent that we want to kind of keep the settlement negotiations going, Staff also does not have any problem with maybe continuing the pre-hearing conference, giving Mr. Arana some more time to get counsel, to consider that settlement offer, and then setting dates at a future date if that works a little better, so that we're not having to file exhibits knowing that we will be settling. But just wanted to bring that up to your honor's consideration.
Well, I kind of want to set something up.
Okay.
I kind of want something there. We can extend it out if you want to a little bit. That's fine if you want to give more time to do that. But I just like to have something up there just so I can have it on my schedule and I know what's going on as well. And Mr. Rod, I will tell you this. Just because we're talking about this, just because we're setting things up, please understand that does not close out any possibility of a settlement or do anything like that. And I'm always going to think that a settlement's the best course you can have if there's one to be had. But it's your right. It's also your right to take it to a hearing as well. So don't forget that. But if you want to, let me take a look. So what that means, Mr. Ronald, what's going to happen? We're going to set a date here, and I'll set it up. I'll set it up for you, Ms. Chong. How about I'll do it March 27th. Okay. So I'll give you like a month.
And is this for the hearing date or the exhibit date?
For exhibit date.
Okay.
If you want to crunch, we can crunch it a little. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll make it easy. And I'll crunch it a little tighter. Why don't we say the exhibit date is going to be April 8th. So if you can file exhibits by April 8th, okay. And then I'll crunch down and make it the 15th for Mr. Arana. And I'll go over this, Mr. Arana, just so you're clear. And then how about we have the hearing on the 22nd? So the 8th, the 15th, and the 27th. How's that one?
What's the 15th?
Together the exhibits if they have any witnesses.
And did you say April 27th?
22nd.
22nd. That is acceptable for staff.
Yeah, those are all Tuesdays. So Tuesday, the 8th of April, Tuesday, the 15th, and Tuesday, the 22nd. So that'll keep it all kind of tight there. So if you get to that point, you're going to go to a hearing in 2 weeks, something like that. So, all right. So what that means, so what's going to happen, Mr. Ron, and I'll explain this to you. It's part of the reason I wanted to do this, so you understand the process of what's happening. They're going to file their exhibits, and they're going to get them to you, and you'll be able to see what the exhibits are that they're going to have in the hearing, okay? If you want, and I'll tell you that just because they have those exhibits and they file them, it doesn't mean they're in the hearing. We will still have the hearing. They still have to offer them into the hearing, and you have the ability to object to the exhibits if you have an objection to them. I will tell you, if you represent yourself in this case, your objection can't be, this doesn't help me, this hurts my case, I don't like this, this is bad for me. Those are not objections. It's got to be something that's going to be of a legal basis. The good news I will tell you, if you're representing yourself, I won't hold you to magic words. So if it's a picture of me, and Ms. Chong says, let's get a picture of ALJ Garvey in this proceeding, and it moves to put that in, you go, I don't have any idea why that would be relevant or have that, why that we should have that in there. This doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing here today. And I'd go, yes, I agree with you, Mr. Arana. That's not relevant. So that would be the I won't hold you to that word relevant, but it would be a relevance argument. So do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 1 week after that, so the 15th, so while you're sending your taxes in, you're also going to send in your exhibits. Okay. And you're going to do the same thing. Hopefully you get on the website and you can get filings on it through the e-filings. Look for that. You have to file any exhibits that you might have, any documentation that you want to present in your case, or your attorney if you get an attorney in the case. All right. Again, same deal. Just because you upload them in there doesn't mean they're in the proceeding. You still have to try what we call offer them into to evidence, into the record. And then Ms. Chong and Mr. Larson will have the opportunity to object to them and make an legal argument. And then I'll decide whether they come in or not. All right. They will also call witnesses. And when they call witnesses, you'll have the opportunity to cross-examine them. So they will call their witness. They will ask questions of their witness. When they're done asking those questions, then you'll have the opportunity to cross-examine. I'll tell you this now, if you're doing it, I'll probably tell you to get into hearing. Questions are not, no, I didn't do that. No, that's not what happened. Those are not questions, okay? So it's your opportunity to ask them questions, just like Ms. Chong will ask questions in the witness, okay? You'll have the opportunity to call your witnesses, and you'll have the opportunity to testify as well. If you call yourself as a witness, I'm not going to make you run back and forth and go, all right, Mr. Arana, what did you do on May 7th? And then you answer that. You can just tell me the narrative of what you want to tell me, okay? So each of you do your witnesses. The staff will do their witnesses. When they're done, then you do your witnesses, bring anything in. There's potentially a rebuttal case at the end of that. When it's all done, I won't issue a decision that day. I'll take it under advisement and I'll issue out a written decision, hopefully within 30 to 45 days after that. Does that all make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The exhibits are going to be done this way. We'll do it through Zoom. I have a legal assistant who's watching right now. She's able to pull up exhibits, so she'll have that. And there'll be instructions on how to do that. But I just want to make sure that you're comfortable with that and you understand what's going on. So you all set?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Chong, Mr. Larson, do you have anything? Any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. Like I say, good luck if you make any. We'll put that date out there. You still can file any, Mr. Ronnie, you're still able to get a settlement or get an attorney or anything like that. If there's any problems with any of these dates, if you're still talking and you think, hey, I don't want to start filing this yet, and you want to file a continuance and extend on the date for the hearing or the filing of exhibits, that's fine. Tell me you're talking and you want to extend it out there, that's fine. We can do that. I just like to get it on the schedule so I know it's there.
Yes.
All right. All right. Mr. Chong, Mr. Larson, you got anything?
Nothing further from staff. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Rana, do you understand everything there? Everything okay?
I'll fumble through it, but I've learned through most of the mistakes, so I'll try not to screw this up too badly.
Yeah, that's the way I learn everything too. So, but do that if you try and work through there. Like I say, go on the website and try and figure that out. If there's anything on there, it's a good way to file stuff. If you have any things that keep you from getting things done, you can file something too. All right.
I'm sorry.
Here, go ahead, please.
So right now I can still conduct business and do my normal business while we resolve this. That's
I
just
got to tell you, I have no idea what the status of your authority is currently, so I'm not going to tell you that. If you have a operating authority right now and can do that, that's great. That's fine. If you do not, then do not. If you do,
no.
If you've been revoked, do not.
No. We're, as far as I know, I just want to make sure that I'm just following the rules. There's so much that I didn't know, so much that I didn't know that. So I don't want to screw it up.
I'm gonna direct you to the enforcement staff, and they can tell you for sure on that. Okay.
And
thank you,
Your Honor. Just to chime in here, I believe that Mr. Arana has spoken to Investigator Joe Potts in the past, and Investigator Potts is happy to speak with Mr. Arana about any questions.
Yeah, anything like that, do that. I say I don't tell you anything. I have no idea what your situation is. So talk to enforcement staff. All right. If there's nothing else, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And Ms. Chung, Mr. Larson, I'm going to figure out whether I'm going to do this in the future or not. I'll talk to you later sometime for other cases if you think it's a good idea or not. So I'm going to see. But thank you for being here. And I'll issue out a decision that's got all the stuff in it, Mr. Arana. And it'll be mailed to you at least right now. I know that your first thing about this by the mail. So that's all. If nothing else, we'll be in adjournment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.